Now for the part that I think I've found to be a weakness over the past 2 or 3 years, and that is taking a look at functions and their graphs. First, let's be very specific. The graph of a function is simply the graph of its ordered pairs. Now we do realize that with functions there are infinitely many ordered pairs, but we plot as many as we need to, and then we draw the pattern to show you where the rest of those ordered pairs will lie. Now, to take a look at the graphs of functions, we're going to graph two simple functions here, and we're going to graph them the Algebra 1 way. We're going to substitute the values and create a table of values, then plot my points. So, -2 times 2 is -4. -1 times 2 is -2. 0 times 2 is 0. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. That gives me 5 points that I can plot to make a line. I strongly suggest that you plot all 5. It will give you the assurance that you do in fact have a line. It will make it easier to play connect the dots. However, this thing does not like dots. So there's my first one, left 1, down 2. I'm going to see how many I can make before it freaks out on me. Over 0, up 0. And then you're going to play connect the dots. Now guys, without a straight edge, mine's not going to be any good at all, but it's going to go something like that and be a line. Okay? Alright, over here, same story. -2 times 2 is -4, minus 3 is -7. -1 times 2 is -2, minus 3 is -5. 0 times 2 is 0, minus 3 is -3. 1 times 2 is 2, minus 3 is -1. And then 2 times 2 is 4, minus 3 is +1. So over 2, up 1, over 0, down 3. And I'm going to pretend I could play connect the dots well here. You would end up with parallel lines. One being crossing the y-axis at 3, the other crossing the y-axis at 0. We're going to graph the same two equations again, but this time we're going to use what we know about linear functions. I know that linear functions are of the form y equals mx plus b. Then that is the slope is m and the y-intercept is b. So here I consider this to be a +0. So my y-intercept is 0. My slope is 2. My slope being 2, if I think of it as a fraction, that'd be 2 over 1. And this is rise over run. So from my point that I know is on that line, I go up 2 over 1, rise 2, run 1. And I do it as many times as I need to be certain that I'm going to approximate the line. And then I draw the line, extending in both directions. For the second one, my y-intercept is -3, so at -3, I'm going to put my dot. That's the point on the line that I know is there. Again, my slope is 2, so it's up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. And I connect those points. Now, why did I graph, oh, this is looking bad. Why did I graph these twice? Because I want you to see that there are options. You can always make an XY table, but that's going to be the long way for the majority of functions. So if you will learn what each number in the equation means as far as the graph is concerned, or depending on what the function is, what groups mean, then it's going to be much easier to sketch a graph. Now for everybody's favorite question throughout the course, the vertical line test. What this says is that you can have a graph of anything, doesn't matter what. It can be a freaky wave, it can be a almost circle, but To determine if it's a function, if you drop a vertical line, and supposing those are actually vertical, if you drop a vertical line anywhere through the graph and you can't find a place where it touches twice, that is a function. But if I can drop any vertical line and hit it twice, even if it's a piecewise that's got 2 dots over the same x value, that is not a function. So examples for a vertical line test. If you look at the graph on the right, no matter where I drop a vertical line, I'm only going to hit that parabola once. Therefore, that is a function. However, for the graph on the left, I just pick one, any one. There's my vertical line. It hit it twice, so it is not a function. I do want to point out that it doesn't matter that I can drop one over here and miss it altogether, or that if I were really good, I could actually hit that vertex and hit it exactly one time. It doesn't matter. If there's any place on the graph where I can drop a vertical line and hit it twice, it is not a function.